barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. So I heard something. I heard Bomac talk about this, and I actually thought it was exceptional when he said it. He said that Terence Crawford has his own promotional company, and I had since forgotten about it. That interview in September he did, and I'll just say this: Bomac and Terence Crawford. I'm aligning myself with what Black Fight Fan said, and this is pretty important to you. You have a promotional company. I'm uncertain if Herring or you have some young guys that are under you. I don't know that. But what I will suggest to you is you do similar to what other fighters did. Not just PBC fighters. Miguel Cotto has his own promotional company. But you align your promotional company with the fight, even if you're not getting a cent from the fight. You understand what I'm saying? You need to get your brand out there, because you're going to have 10 years in boxing, 40 to 50 years outside of boxing, and you need that consistent passive income stream of revenue coming. You guys say, who the fuck are you telling Terence Crawford what to do? I've never seen it. And he's fought since that interview, September. And I have yet to see the emblem of his promotion company. Because the irony of these things is these things go to our subconscious mind, and we never ever talk about them. But we see it, and we always just assume that it's there. You know, like the PBC emblem, the Top Rank emblem, the remember the Don King? You know, he probably had the coolest one. He had the crown with the Don and the King. You know what I mean? I thought that was pretty dope. But at the end of the day, Terence Crawford, start thinking long term. And in order to gross money long term, I think you're gonna have to step out of your shell a little bit, a lot of it, and promote. You know, Trill Boxing Talk is waiting for you to come on. I heard the Boxing Voice talk the other day. They waiting on you to come on. They've reached out to you. If you want, you guys think I'm going hard on Terence Crawford. I don't think I am. I think I'm actually helping the guy, but I know I can't talk to Terence Crawford like a punk. Terence Crawford doesn't act like a punk, doesn't respond like a soft guy. So how you get through to people is equal or greater energy. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I think you need to run everything through your promotional company. Even if it's just 10% you're making on the merchandise, even if it's just 5% on the concession stand, or 3% of the ticket sales. Don't let Top Rank, because you will not be with Top Rank when you retire. You know, you don't want to use their seed money to help you bring fighters up from Omaha, Nebraska. You want to be able to put your seed money into the fighter. The reason why is because it's a low investment in terms of great return. For example, Terence Crawford. He wasn't a highly sought after guy coming out of the amateurs. Terence Crawford, Bob Arum reached out to him. It was low risk. Just throw him on a card and see how he does. And if he does well, we'll sign him. You know, and he ended up being a pound for pound fighter. And that what that cost Bob Arum to get through 15 fights with Terence Crawford? $500,000. And now how much money Bob Arum is making? He's making that per fight probably, if not more. You understand? If, you know, the merchandising and the ticket sales and all that. So I said all that to say, run everything to your promotional company. Everything that you do, even if it's a book signing, you need to have people familiar with Terence, what is it called? B something Promotions. And similar to what Man Down Promotion is doing, similar to what Robert Garcia is putting on his own card January 18th, that Friday. I wish I can go and support him, you know, but I'll be in Vegas for the Adrian Broner Manny Pacquiao fight. So at the end of the day, Floyd Mayweather, you know, he has Mayweather Promotions, you know, and the list can go on and on and on. And Manny Pacquiao, you know, he's co-promoting. He even told Adrian Broner, I'm promoting you. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it takes money to make money, and it takes wisdom to sustain it and build it, you know what I mean, for longevity purposes. So that's just what I want to say. And as this relates to us, own where you live, own where you eat, and own where you entertain yourself. That's the key to life, man. That's one of the core principles of life. Ownership is the key to life. And I had to learn it the hard way. I had to learn it. Listen, I was a dumb nigga in my 20s. I had chains and shit, and I want to see if I got pictures and shit. Me trying to keep up with these NBA players. I'm making $100,000 a year, and these motherfuckers making $100 million, has a $100 million contract. What the fuck am I doing? You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, man, be diligent in your approach. Be wise in your approach. Make sure you can land the plane safely. No matter the destination, make sure you can land your plane safely. And so I just want to extend this message to everyone involved, even my young fighters. Do not, if you're a young fighter and you bring a guy in to spar with you that's an amateur and you think he has potential, sign the contract right then and there. I'm gonna help you. You're his manager. I'm gonna help you get a deal and move forward from there. I monetize everything in a respectful manner. Fair exchange is no robbery. I'm at the point in my life, spiritually, mentally, and thank God financially, that I don't have to rob anybody anymore or delay my payment back. You understand? That's another thing too, that we delay the repayment, you know, paying back our debts because we have an ego, because, you know what I mean, pay it back with interest. You will never hear from me saying how I didn't repay somebody. You know what I mean? If I could give it to him. If I can't give it to him, I'll tell him, you know, hey, I'm gonna give it to you in installments. Because I believe from a spiritual place, the higher you go on your ladder, the lower they go on their ladder from a spiritual perspective. So if you borrow money from somebody and they're ascending, you're not ascending, you're declining. You know what I mean? You're going downward. You're spiraling downward out of control, and they're aspiring towards the heavens. So that's just what I believe. And as a man thinketh, so is he. So at the end of the day, Terence Crawford, start getting your promotional company out there. Start putting it on t-shirts, gloves. You need to start doing some more signings. You know, but maybe like I said, either he's content, he's happy with the 3.5, which is a fucking lot of money. You understand what I'm saying? I'll be real with you guys this is how hard I work. And you guys say, Fred, stop talking about yourself. I didn't know I was a millionaire till my accountant told me. I didn't know. I had no fucking idea. I went to my accountant one year, which I'm about to go to any day now. And he says, you know, you're worth over $1 million. And I had no idea I was worth over $1 million. Well, you know what I mean? I had no fucking idea. That's why I said it's so important to work. It's really, really important and diligent that you fucking work your ass off. Work your ass off and monetize everything. Stop hanging out with your best friends. Listen, somebody got to own that bottle that y'all drinking out of. All right? Somebody got to own the club where y'all partying at. You understand? Like, you got to, like, I smile a lot and I'm very calm, but everybody will tell you in my circle, Fred monetizes everything in a respectful manner. In a respectful manner. Give you guys another small example. Like, I was giving you guys that information for real estate. Then I was reading the comments. I says, why am I casting my pearls before swine? It's nominal. It's $5. I'm not charging you guys an astronomical lot of money. I'm not, for real, I'm not doing that. You know, because, oh, fuck. Damn. I'm gonna have to go around now. That's a long ass. I'm trying to get to the weight room before I can go to the boxing gym. And it's not raining out here. It's kind of drizzling. So, but anyways, I'm gonna stick it out. So what I'm saying is this. The point I'm making is, you guys got to be honest and cognizant and monetize this shit. Monetize your life. Make money off of your assets. Stop giving away your assets for free. Everybody on YouTube can tell you, I don't accept free gifts. You have to force me to accept a free gift. I pay for it. If I go out with you, I pay. I don't care if you're a man, woman, or child. People can attest to that. If I've hung out with you, I'm not talking out of ego or anything like that. I just believe my reward is greater later. Why not be a great host? Why not be a great friend? You understand what I'm saying? Even if I can't afford 100% of the bill, if I can afford 50% of the bill, if it's $1,000, I say, ooh, I can't afford $1,000. I'll pay $500. I'll pay $300. Because I'm only, when I look at them fucking prices, if I'm out eating at a 5-star restaurant, can I get a Caesar salad, please? Like, I'm just wired that way. You know what I mean? When you grow up poor and on food stamps and on welfare, and you can't really grasp the concept of $100 steak. Like, for real. And that's my humble beginnings. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, start monetizing. If you're a great songwriter, charge $50 to these young kids. Start with $50. Start with $100. You understand what I'm saying? But start monetizing your genius. You know what I mean? Not on some nigga shit, like, you know what I mean? But even then, even in the streets, niggas don't expect to get a pound for free. They know their life is on the line if they don't pay that shit back on variant levels. You understand what I'm saying? So put your fucking 10 toes in the dirt and grind. And I say that, and I said all that to come back to Terence Crawford. Team Crawford is in a position to put themselves in position to make a lot of money for a long time. No doubt, for real. He's a pound for pound fighter. He's fighting on the second biggest network for boxing. I believe Fox is bigger, but people, long term, Fox would be a better deal. But right now, I would say ESPN is a better deal because people know to go to ESPN for boxing. Now, I'll say this. I don't know when this contract is up, and I'm saying this from a business standpoint. I've turned down contracts from ESPN. I've turned down deals and contracts from ESPN to work at ESPN and be a producer. I said, nah, it was a 6-figure. I would have earned 7 figures over a few years, but I said, no. I'm not going to be I can't do it. You understand? I'm a bet on this YouTube shit. You know what I mean? And I don't nearly make enough money on this YouTube as I would have made. My business cards would have been dope. You know what I mean? My selfie game would have been epic. You know what I mean? Taking pictures of everyone that comes in the studio. So I've turned down jobs like that because I bet on myself. And I'm being honest. From a media perspective, I haven't made nearly the money I would have made. Not even a fraction of the money I would have made working for ESPN. I'm being real. What, 3%, 1%? I'm being honest. Like, but I know when I die, that money that from these videos, even if it's $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, it's gonna go to perpetuity to my kids. It's gonna go to perpetuity to my great grandson. So that's what I kind of bet on. I knew this YouTube thing is a 20-year plan, 10-year plan to get to 500,000 subs, where I'm in a space where every time I do a video, it makes a couple of $100, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, bet on yourself, Crawford. In my humble opinion, find a way to buy yourself out of that contract and trust your fists. Like the same way you trust your ego when you talk shit, you're probably gonna curse me out and talk shit to me. You done talk shit to Tank Davis, you done talk shit to Michael Coppinger. The same way you trust your knuckle game is the same way you need to trust your intellect game. Period. End of discussion. All right. And once you able to do that, Bo Mack and Terence Crawford, listen, I don't give a damn if you're only making $2 million a fight. 90% of that goes to you. And guess what? You're not going to have to pay taxes because you have fucking business. You have an expenditure account. Anyways, man. Barbershop conversations, man. I'm giving you guys so much game in this fucking video. Hopefully my subscribers, even the haters, even y'all going to dislike the video and curse me out. Y'all like, yeah, I know what, Fred is talking some real shit. Y'all can put it in, I don't mind. But I say this out of love, out of genuine respect for my black brother. Like, for real, for real. you got to get out of that top rank contract and work through your promotional company. And I guarantee you, ESPN will offer you the same deal. No doubt in my mind. I guarantee you, PBC will offer you a greater deal. I'm telling you. I guarantee you, the Zone might be in competition, but I think ESPN and PBC will still sign you without Bob Arum. I'm telling you the real deal. I'm telling you the real deal, Holyfield. You are God gifted. You are talented. You are, and I'm being real. I think Terence Crawford is a top 5 talent in the world. No matter how you can't list the top 5 fighters in the world without mentioning Terence Crawford. You know, he's losing some value right now because he's not fighting the opponents that he needs to fight to sustain himself. But at the end of the day, and y'all gonna say, Fred, you don't understand this contract. I understand business. I understand business economics. I understand when you work for somebody else, you have to wait for them to pay you. I'm just saying. Barbershop conversations, man. I'm driving in a 2001 Honda right now. Honda Civic right now. Just parked at the gym. Because I believe in economics. I can have two Rolls Royces. I'm gonna be real. I actually wanted a Rolls Royce before I wanted the Tesla. I was test driving them. I was gonna drop $365,000. No, I wasn't gonna buy a brand new one. I take that back. The sticker tag was $3. I was gonna spend $270 on the Ghost because I want my daughter. I want to drop my. I was lying to myself because I want my daughter. I want to drop my daughter off in a Rolls Royce. Remember, I had a Bentley prior to this. I got rid of my fucking Bentley. My Continental GT Bentley. I got rid of that shit, and I basically got a free Tesla. No gas, no maintenance, no nothing. You gotta make forever moves. I'm telling you. Now, when my daughter gets into space where I believe that everything is set in stone and everything is ascending financially, I'm getting me a motherfucking Rolls Royce. But right now, it's not the greatest move. How about if, the market goes upside down and my property value goes through the tank? Or the stock market crashes and I lose money. Because the stock market is my everyday money. Like where I'm able to play, I can invest it, I can buy lunch, I can do all that. So I use my stock market money as my play money, and my rent goes back and double down on mortgages, double down on, you get what I'm saying? So I can just get rid of that shit and I have it as an asset so I can pull out and in turn buy some more property. So that's what I do with all my rent, with a great percentage of my rent money and my rent income, excuse me. And so I forget where I was going with that. But at the end of the day, I say this: make smart business moves. And I haven't made up until like I'm getting real personal. I'm getting real, but it's only right that I do this. Up until 32, 33, I wasn't really making smart business moves. I wasn't. I didn't understand the value of money. I know if I go train 10 people on Sunday, I'll make $1,000. Or Saturday, I'll make $1,000. I charge them $100 a session, $75 a session. I'll come out on top, right? And I didn't understand that as a trainer, this man named, I don't want to say his last name, but this famous Stanford graduate doctor told me one day, he says, Fred, as a trainer, you can't duplicate yourself. Your money has a ceiling on it. If you make $100,000, it sounds great, but you can't duplicate that $100,000. You need investments. And he says, Father Time is going to catch up with you, Fred, as a trainer. You're not going to look as good. You're not going to be the guy that says, I can do the same thing that my clients can do. And that's how I was able to get these NBA athletes, these celebrities, and these people of high esteem, was because I could train them and work out with them and look like what they wanted, what they aspired to look like. And it kind of hurt my feelings to a certain degree. Like Vincent Hung, he has a house that's on top of the hill that looks down at the Getty's Museum. So that tells you how much his house is worth in Bel Air. So Bel Air is equivalent to Beverly Hills, but it's actually in the hills. Beverly Hills is not in the hills. Beverly Hills is on the ground. Bel Air is up in the mountains. You know what I mean? Overlooking UCLA and the Getty's Museum. So I had to accept that I had to create some assets. And I got into property, and I started learning. I started learning about. I was self-taught how to do stocks, and I took my bumps and bruises. I was still gambling, playing poker, playing blackjack. But instead of me taking $20,000 to Vegas, burning it, I said, let me put this shit in some stocks and see how I do. And I was like, oh shit, I'm getting a return on it. And then you get addicted to checking that shit every morning, every time you get up. Oh, that, you know what I mean? And so on and so forth. So I gave you guys a quick financial synopsis of where I came from and the mindset that I had to do to grow my fucking assets. And I think I genuinely think it's important that people that look like you honestly and tell their stories, because it inspires you. And no one from Top Rank that I've ever seen, I've never seen a fighter, an A-level fighter, retire from Top Rank. They elite fighters. I haven't seen Manny Pacquiao, Miguel Cotto, Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather, Mikey Garcia, and the list can go on and on and on and on. I've never seen them retire from Top Rank. Well, Timothy Bradley is probably the first one, and he made a lot of money off Manny Pacquiao, and I hope and I pray to God that he's made some great decisions with his money. But anyways, man, I got to go work out. Barbershop Conversations. Feel free, hit the subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.